We suffered 2 goals, but we managed to control our emotions, to continue to play. Not all the time so well, but we managed to secure a point. But I think we drop a little bit the energy level, and you can feel it. And when our team is not in the top of the energy, of the aggression, you can feel it in our team. But in the end, again, we managed to score again. We tried to win the game. We have a big opportunity in the end. We missed that little bit luck in the end. Let's work to win the next week.
When you talk about that energy, what do you mean by that? How do you make that energy to the best level it can be?
We need to work that with time, to have the same energy in our stadium away. We are getting better. That is, I think, everyone can see. We are getting better. We are getting that feeling. If we cannot win, at least we are not going to lose, and you can sense that in the team. But the way we press, the urgency in certain things, I think we play better. For example, in the last Sunday, we need to be that in every game in order to win every game.
And also up into 5th, you can't really argue with that, given how things were looking a few weeks ago, and we cast our minds back particularly to that League Cup away trip to Grimsby Town. Things are getting better at last under amorim, aren't they?
Oh, they are, 100%. And I look back, and it might have been international break when Sir Jim Radcliffe came out and said we've got a 3-year plan. And I think he sends a message out to everyone. I was sat there thinking, really? Is he going to be there in 3 years if this carries on? But before today, they won 3 on the bounce. Big win against Liverpool, which I'm not too sure how many people looked at that game going, Manchester United have got a chance to win. And they showed a response today going behind. I mean, there was nothing in the first half. It was an end-to-end game, but I thought Casemiro in the middle of the park, Bruno playing wide to his wing-backs, Ahmed and Diallo. Sesko in the first half was OK. Second half, he was non-existent, really. But I think it was a good response from Ruben Amorim's Manchester United team, and I think it just shows how far they've come in 4 games, and a response instead of feeling sorry for yourselves. And we all know in this game, winning football matches in 5th, they had a chance to go second today. If they'd have gone to the City Ground and won, they would have been second. I mean, 4 games ago we wouldn't have been saying that. So so Jim Radcliffe sent out a message, and I think it was good for certainly those players to realise that a change is going to be happening for any time soon.
For all 3 points, but settling for a point, first point since September. Overall, can you be happy with that?
I mean, I think the only positive we can look at is the form that Man United have been on, and to get a point is obviously good, but the whole dressing room is frustrated not to get the 3 points. Conceded 2 silly corners. So yeah, it's frustrating. I don't think the first one's even a corner, to be honest. So yeah, it's frustrating, but we're back scoring now, and yeah, we take the point and we move on, and we look at all the positives and take them into the next game.
When you say you're back scoring, let's just talk about the first corner, because it's a big talking point. It has been a big talking point of this game.
Yeah, definitely. We were 1-0 down coming into the half-time, and we felt like we had the dominance of the first half, and it was just about getting that next chance and trying to take it. And Yatesy put in a lovely ball for me, and I just had to try and direct it into the far corner, and luckily enough I did that. And I feel like that gave the boys the edge then to then go and really believe that we can go on and win the game, and then literally within a minute we went and scored another one, but unfortunately we couldn't just see out the game and get the 3 points. But we take the point and we take all the positives and move on to the next one.
What about the corner that led to the goal that was conceded? I know it was a set piece, and you know what's going to come off Sean Dyche because it was defending the corner, and both goals have come from those set pieces. Inconclusive to whether it was a corner or not for their first goal.
Yeah, I mean, from where I was standing, I was pretty far away. It didn't look like it went out. I haven't been in to be able to check it yet. So all the boys were saying at half-time, the analysis, they're saying that the ball never went out. So I think it's something that needs to be looked at, because it's happened twice to us now in 2 weeks. Last week against Bournemouth, it wasn't their corner. So it's something they need to look at, because, you know, it's cost us two extra points today. So we'll see.
Well, let's take a look at what Morgan Gibbs-White was referring to there. Of course, the controversial corner from the opening half that gave Manchester United the 1-0 lead. What did you think?
To be fair, I mean, it makes a point. I mean, obviously United are attacking, they cross Savona with a great header, and because he's headed, he's trying to keep it in. And it looks like he does, especially from that angle. I mean, this one is slightly different, whether it's, in or out. It looks probably fractionally in, but I think the linesman on the other side is making a decision. He's probably about 90 yards away.
Too far.
So it's, it's really difficult to see, and VAR can't intervene. You see what Sean Dyche thinks of it, but why can't they just have it a bit like tennis? Where if, you got kind of sensors, but great header from Casemiro. He's so good in the box. Gibbs White's marking him, and watch what he does. See you later. Just leaves him. A great header.
What a header.
Yeah, I think Forest can feel hard done by conceding that corner. It's justified or not, but they cannot feel hard done by their marking, and that's their own fault really. No one should get a free header inside.
It doesn't even jump.
It doesn't even jump. So very soft goal to give away.
Well, they were disappointed, as we just heard from Morgan Gibbs-White, but whatever Sean Dyche said to them at half-time clearly worked. Other blocks in the second half, and Morgan Gibbs-White got on the score sheet pretty much, 3 minutes into the second half?
To be fair, they dominated. Man United just sat off them. How about this for a pass from Elliot Anderson? I love that. Great switch of play. And to be fair, they really struggled to deal with crosses, I think, at this point, Manchester United. Such an easy, but Yates just pops it in. And it's a fantastic header from Gibbs-White, isn't it?
It's a great header, gets across his man in Ahmad, but if you look from this angle, the challenge that Ahmad puts in, I know he's not a natural defender, but surely you can do a little bit better than that defensively. A bit more. So, talked about United's goal being a free header and a soft goal to give away. I thought this was equally as soft if you look at the defensive side of it.
Well, it certainly set up an exciting second half, didn't it? Because then Forest didn't look back after that. And they scored, seconds later? This was Savona that put them ahead, 2-1.
Yeah, to be fair, they dominated at this point. Again, Manchester United don't really get any pressure on the ball. Igor does terrific. And to be fair, Savona does fantastic. He's the right back there. Watch, he just plays this ball in and runs inside in behind Cunha. And to be fair, Dallo just turns around. And I think once he turns around there, he has no idea where he is.
No, he doesn't know where the opposition player is, but he's looking at the ball. He's looking at the situation there. Look, he sees the ball drop. He needs to react quicker. He hesitates for half a second. And when you hesitate half a second, that's what happens.
That angle there, you see, it just stops for like half a second. But credit the defender, he just kept running. And sometimes if you run in a straight line, it can come to you. But to be fair, what a strike this is from Ahmad.
How about that, Ida? What did you make of the strike from Ahmad?
Lovely strike, and he half and more made up for, let's say, his weak defending in Forest's first goal. That strike is just as sweet as you like, on the volley. De Ligt, puts himself in front of the goalkeeper. I don't think there's anything in it. I think VAR checked it to see if there was a
possible handball there.
Probably that's the incident that VAR were checking. My initial thought was if De Ligt was in the eyesight of the goalkeeper.
They said it wasn't deliberate.
Exactly. So I think a wonderful equaliser. Would have been a shame if that wouldn't have stood.
To be fair, I wonder if we could kind of look at that from the top again.